Hi guys, it's Dr. Roz.
And it's your man Kil.
We're back with another question from one of our viewers. Keep the questions coming, guys, because we're loving them, and it just kind of lets us know that we are doing our job. So Kil, hit us off with the question.
All right. Dr. Roz and Kil. I'm 39 and I've been in a relationship for 6 months, and we're currently talking about marriage. How do I know if I'm truly ready and that I'm just not being desperate because of my age?
Oh,
that's a
very
good question.
good question. Very good question. All right, Miss 39-year-old. Here is what you probably should do. You need to have the conversation with him to see what you are considered as. Because he may just see her as someone that he's dating.
Well, she said they're talking about marriage.
Oh, she did say that. Oh, I
she
missed
said
that
they're
part.
talking about marriage.
Oh, well, great. So if he's in that space of talking about marriage, I think you guys should sit down together and do the pros and cons. I know one thing that we do at my church is there is a program that you go through before you even propose to see if you are a great candidate for marriage. And if you have a program like that, if you have a church home, I would say definitely go through that, because a lot of people think that marriage is about the wedding and the the 2.5 kids and the house with the white picket
What is
fence.
2.5 kids?
Maybe 2 kids and pregnant with a third. Who knows? I don't know.
Or the dog is ahead?
Or the dog, maybe, possibly. And a lot of people think that that's what marriage is about, but marriage is so much more, complex than that. And so I know some of these programs, and I know the one at First Baptist Church of Glen Arden specifically will walk you through that. We'll walk you through those issues to see if marriage is for you, because it may sound good, it may look good, but it may not be for everyone. And at the age of 39, and I'm not trying to be ageist or anything of that nature, but you've probably been on your own for almost 20 years now. So you're probably set in your ways. So that's one thing that you might want to consider in terms of, and I know we've talked about livable flaws on the site before. That might be one thing that you might want to consider with your mate, to see if, you guys can manage with each other's livable flaws. And 5 months to me, I don't think that's enough time to tell. 6 months. Still, for me, I don't think that's enough time to tell. I mean, I wish we had more information, because, I would like to see, have you guys gone through any adversity together? Because I think you, as a couple, you probably need to go through a little bit of adversity.
My rule.
Before you get married?
No,
yeah, I know your rule is that after the first argument, you can decide if you should marry. And I think that's an amazing argument, because...
And that's not to get married, that's just to get the title.
Yeah,
that's
to get the title,
You my girl.
Yeah.
We gotta go through an argument first.
And I agree with that, because you need to see how people argue, because some people can be real stank, for lack of better words.
Be real nasty.
Yeah,
they start talking to you a whole different way than what they've been talking to you for.
And you need to know what you're getting yourself into. And marriage is not the place to figure out or to find out, that you don't like how someone is speaking to you.
And I agree with you about the 6 months. I think because if you're 39, if you were 29, somebody may say 6 months isn't long enough, to know if you want to get married. But I think it does become, like, especially with women, and you schooled me on the eggs and all that good stuff.
Yes, and I'm 30.
As 39, you may feel like there's a rush to get married, especially if you want to have kids, plural, So I think, and that's what happens a lot of times, is at that age, women kind of like jump the gun, because, you probably thought you were going to be married at 30. So for you, you're 9 years behind the curve, and you got a lot of catching up to do. But I mean, a lot can go on in 6 months. I don't know if it's good if y'all have had a lot of arguments during 6 months. I don't know if it's, it's just one of those things where I think, like Roz said, that First Baptist of Glen Arden have, I think that's great.
Yeah.
To have a class, because most just have premarital counseling, but to be able to have a class to even see if you are equally yoked to even go to the engagement level, I think that's great. But I know a lot of churches probably don't have that. So I think it's just you really sitting down, looking at what you want out of a husband and seeing if this person has shown signs of that during those 6 months, you know, but it's got to be about what you want.
And not just one sign.
Yeah.
You need to see multiple signs. I know sometimes, you know, we get caught up, ooh, he went to church with me, he's a good man. You know, and that's the only thing we go off of. So you need to have a list of what it is you want in a husband. And
if you don't, I would say you need to start that before, you know, anything
even think about this
comes
process.
about. And if he doesn't have you, because you guys, if you're talking about marriage, y'all are going to be a team. So you need to be asking him, do you have a list of things you want in a wife? Well, well, let's take some time and let me write out the things I want in a husband. You write out the things, you know, you want in a wife. And you may find out that y'all aren't some of those
like
things. You know, y'all may be a great girlfriend and boyfriend, hang out, that's my buddy, but y'all may not be compatible for marriage.
Or are you willing to become those things for that person?
Yeah, see, that's always the iffy one for me, because you'll be like, oh yeah, I could do that. And I see it when we first brought this house, you know, I would be watching HGTV all the time, you know, and you see people talking about, well, I just want the big house and I'll eat ramen noodles and I won't eat out. And about a month of eating them noodles, you get tired and you like, you know, so as people, we think we can do a lot of things. We think, you know, because I want that big house, I'll sacrifice everything. And then after about 2 months in the house, now you hate the house because now you can't go out, you can't eat out, you can't get your hair done every week, you can't do things anymore. So, you know,
it's I'm always a stressor.
Yeah, I'm always iffy on the whole if I'm willing to become that, because like you said, at 39, you're 9 times out of 10 set in your ways. You know, if you don't like football, I don't know if he's going to turn you into a football fanatic, you know, or I'm willing to learn. But if he's like, no, I want a woman who loves sports, you may not be that. And I think that the huge thing is, and I know that this is maturity, but even at 40 and 39, we got to, you know, man up and be mature about the situation. Don't just jump into a marriage knowing y'all aren't compatible just to get married for all the headache.
Because you'll be divorced in 6 months.
Yeah, that is gonna bring you, you know.
And now you got to deal with legal stuff. So don't do that to yourself. But I would definitely sit down for yourself, because I know a lot of people don't do this. Spend some time with yourself and get to know you. And really ask yourself, you know, going back to what Dr. Sharon said the other night, really ask yourself, would I marry me? And what qualities do I bring to the table? And if you two match each other's intensity, because that's what makes a good, passionate marriage work.
And then another thing you kind of got to look at, because marriage is about friendship, how long does it take you to really call somebody your friend?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like how long, like you meet somebody at work, that's your girl, y'all hang out, y'all gossip, but how long is it until you really...
Friend?
Well, no, she's not a friend because y'all just met, but how long does it take for you to form that bond with someone so that you're able to share intimate stuff with them? Because this person is supposed to be your friend. So, you know, some people just meet somebody and already start running off their mouth. I was molested, I did this, I did that. And other people, it takes them years for them to be able to trust somebody. So if you're one of those person that it takes years for you to become friends with somebody and to be able to put people in that category of that's my friend, then that should be the same amount of time it takes you to find a husband.
Oh, totally.
You know, so you can't say it takes me 2 years to call somebody my friend, but I'm about to call this dude my husband in 6 months. Totally. You know, because that can be a little bit desperate. And I'm glad you even brought that up. Because some women get offended when I say, y'all just being desperate. You know, so it's good that you even
she's really aware.
Yeah, that you can really be aware of, okay, my clock is ticking. I want to get married. I want to be married. But I don't want to be desperate. You know, so...
That's honorable.
Yeah.
And thanks for asking us. I mean, I hope that... you know, I hope we gave you some food for thought and some things for you to think about and to discuss with your boyfriend.
Right.
But hey, if it works for you guys, we're totally happy for you.
Yeah, I just, you know, and I'm just asking because, you know, 6 months just isn't a long time to me. You know, like 6 months is
6 months scare me.
6 months, you know, to me is a long time when you're young. Because you don't have nothing to do, you know. You got summer jobs, you know, y'all in college, you know. But you know, when people have full-time gigs and things like that, she didn't say if they had kids, like if he had kids and she, you know, like it's just 6 months can be like we spend 4 days together out a month. So that, you know, I don't know if that's enough time. You know,
they just seeing each other on the weekend,
right? So
they, you know,
and when y'all see each other on the weekends, or y'all just having sex in a movie and things like that. So I mean, I think the biggest thing is to write down what you want in a husband, and that's what you go off of. Because to me, that's the only way you could do anything. You know, it's like, you know, write what you want. For any, you know, know what you want. You know, it's like making a Christmas list.
I mean,
you know?
I wonder if 6 months, if you fully know, I don't think you fully know someone's flaws.
Yeah.
Within 6 months.
And then sometimes with flaws, certain things you're just not going to know until you get married. So we're not trying to say you got to know this 100% of this person, because I don't know if after 3 years of dating somebody, you know 100% of the person.
I mean, I've known my husband for 11 years and I'm still learning new things about him.
Right. So we're not saying you got to know everything, but what we're saying is you just want to be able to make an educated guess, to say, an educated decision to say, this person, you know, I can see myself spending the rest of my life with this person. I can deal with this flaw. And dealing with this flaw, and just knowing that there are going to be more flaws that come along. And it just saying, like, you know, the commitment of it. Because I think what happens is a lot of people, I got homegirls and friends who get mad at me, you know, because it's like, you know,
I got mad at you.
Yeah, you get mad at me. But the whole thing is that it's more than just love. Yeah. And that's where we think, and I understand. I'm not one of those people. I know a lot of people, they get saved, come to Jesus, and forgot what they did. They act like they never did nothing wrong. I remember me pre-Jesus and everything. So I remember what it felt like being in premarital counseling, and we went to go see our pastor, and he was like, you know, what's the most important thing in marriage? And me and T was like, love. And he was like, nah, it's commitment. And I felt some kind of way. Yeah. I felt mad, like, what, you know, fam, what you trying to tell me? It ain't love. Love is everything. And I love her, and she loves me, and we love. And we love. And he was like, well, what about when there are going to be times when you don't love her? I got offended even more. Like, what you telling me? I'm not going to love her? I mean, I'm not saying this to my pastor, of course, but in my mind, I'm like, yo, dog, what are you talking about? When I'm not going to love her, I'm going to love her till she dies. What's wrong with you? I love her after she's dead. And 6 months later into the marriage, it's like, okay, I now understand what this niggas was talking about. So I've been on that side of the fence, and you don't want to be told love isn't everything, and love isn't, you know, I just love them, and whenever something happens, I gotta text him because I love him, and we share everything, and I love him, and he finishes my sentences, and we love, and we love, and we love, and you know, then people get mad at me when I'm like, love isn't enough. But I understand why y'all get mad, because I got mad, because that's what you're going off of. You're going off of, I love this person so much. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not thinking about what this person could do wrong to me. I'm thinking about how this person is loving me and treating me right now and everything like that. But at the end of the day, you know, when marriage comes and real life sets in, then it becomes, it does have to be more than love. There are going to be times when you're not out of love with the person. I'm not saying that. Yeah. But you're just mad at them. You're looking straight.
Maybe you don't like them that much for that day.
You don't like them. So at the end of the day, what's going to keep you from talking to that other dude that you liking right now? The commitment. What's going to keep you from knocking off that other chick that you feeling right now? That commitment. So I
wake up every day saying, I am committed to her. I do.
Okay, cool.
Kil, I do.
I'm glad.
I think everyone should, because I think you have to keep it present sometimes, especially when you beefing.
Right. You're right.
That's the day that I'm like, ooh, I'm so committed to him today.
And at the end of the day, so I understand the whole love phenomenon, and you know, y'all don't know I love him, and you know, he loves me, and the love is just overflowing and everything like that. But just take a look around. If love was everything, then divorce rates wouldn't be the way it is. You know, people wouldn't be cheating. People wouldn't be sneaking and creeping and everything else. So trust us when we tell you that love is just a component of what is going to make a successful marriage, because that's what you have to be thinking about. Not just getting married, Not just hurry up and get the wedding, because I know with women, y'all getting older, y'all putting on some pounds, and now you want to hurry up and still look cute. You want your bridesmaids to look cute in their dresses and everything like that. And you know, so I understand there's a rush on everything. It's not just the marriage and the kids. I still want to look cute. I still got to get in my dress and all these things. But at the end of the day, you got to be looking to have that successful marriage. You want to look at that successful marriage that the kids that you guys are going to have are going to be able to look at you to and say, you know, my mom and my dad are my role model for a successful marriage, not just being married.
Love is fleeting. Commitment is stable.
There you go. And also one of the things I've learned from my pastor is the difference between happiness and joy.
Oh,
now, this person may make you happy, but keep in mind, happiness is just an emotion. It can come, it can go. You're happy if you get a new job, you're unhappy if you lose it. You're happy if you get a new car, you're unhappy if you get in a car accident. But joy is there no matter what. You can be joyful when you have a job, when you don't have a job, no matter the situation. So you got to ask yourself, not just does this person make me happy, but does this person bring me joy? Even when this person messes up, you know, do I still love this person? Do I still want to be with this person? Does this person bring me joy? Because we get married because this person makes me happy. And then when the person stops making you happy, now we want to move on to somebody else that's going to make us happy. But we can't chase happiness because at the end of the day,
you'll be alone.
Yeah, you're going to be alone because somebody is always going to not do everything that you want. So there's going to be times when you're unhappy.
Disappointed. You're going to always be disappointed. And the difference between happiness and joy is in that disappointment. Can you still have joy in that? Can you still find peace in that disappointment? Big difference from happiness.
Right. So prayerfully we answered your question. We appreciate it. tilldeathinfo@gmail.com. Keep the questions coming. We're going to be answering them via email. Still answering, you know, over the web because there may be other people who have the same issues, same questions, and things like that. But just know we're going to get to your questions a lot faster than once a month.
I'm Dr. Roz.
And I'm Kil. Keep it locked. tilldeathinfo.com.